Hey everyone, and welcome back to another in-depth analysis of the Knicks 2023-24 season. Today we're going to take a closer look at three key statistics that could have a significant impact on how the Knicks approach the upcoming NBA draft and free agency period. These stats not only highlight the team's strengths, but also shed light on areas where they could potentially improve as they look to build upon their impressive 50-win season and deep playoff run. Was January 2024 a fluke? First and foremost, let's talk about the Knicks' starting lineup and their incredible net rating when all five players were healthy and on the court together. After the mid-season acquisition of OG Anunoby, the Knicks' starting five of Jalen Brunson, Donte DiVincenzo, Anunoby, Julius Randle, and Isaiah Hartenstein went on an absolute tear, going 12-2 over a 14-game stretch. During this period, the starters outscored their opponents by an astounding 16.6 points per 100 possessions, which was the third-best net rating among all lineups in the NBA that played as many minutes. To put this into perspective, a net rating of 16.6 is absolutely elite. It means that for every 100 possessions the Knicks starters played together, they were outscoring their opponents by nearly 17 points. This level of dominance is rarely seen in the NBA, and it's a testament to the incredible talent and chemistry that this starting five possesses. However, the question remains, can the Knicks sustain this level of play over the course of an entire season? While the 14-game sample size is certainly encouraging, it's important to remember that the NBA season is a marathon, not a sprint. Injuries, fatigue, and other factors can all play a role in a team's performance over the course of 82 games. That being said, if the Knicks starters can maintain even a fraction of their dominance from that 14-game stretch, they have the potential to be a legitimate title contender in the 2024-25 season. With Randle and Brunson leading the way offensively, Anunoby and DiVincenzo providing elite perimeter defense, and Hartenstein anchoring the paint, this starting five has all the pieces necessary to compete with the best teams in the league. How can the Knicks improve when Jalen Brunson is on the bench? Moving on, let's discuss the Knicks' offensive struggles when Jalen Brunson wasn't on the court. After the Anunoby trade, which sent R.J. Barrett and Emmanuel Quickley to the Toronto Raptors, the Knicks bench took a significant hit in terms of shot creation and playmaking. Barrett and Quickley were the team's top two options when Brunson wasn't in the game, and their absence was felt in a major way. In the 50 games following the Anunoby trade, the Knicks' offense was a staggering 20.3 points per 100 possessions better when Brunson was on the court. To put that into context, if that differential had belonged to a single player for the entire season, it would have been the largest in the NBA. The Knicks simply couldn't generate consistent offense without their star point guard on the floor. This trend continued into the playoffs, where the Knicks' offense was still 9.7 points per 100 possessions better with Brunson on the court, despite some subpar shooting performances from the all-star guard. Even with Alec Burks catching fire off the bench during the second-round series against the Indiana Pacers, the Knicks' offensive rating still dropped significantly when Brunson went to the bench. So, what can the Knicks do to address this issue? One option is to look for a larger guard or forward in the draft or free agency who can run the second-unit offense while also being able to play alongside the 6'2" Miles McBride, who emerged as a quality rotation player in his third NBA season. McBride's shooting and defense have made him a valuable asset, but there are still questions about his ability to effectively run an offense. Another possibility is to explore trade options using Bojan Bogdanovic's $19 million salary and draft picks to acquire a role player who can provide more facilitation for the second unit. Bogdanovic was acquired in a February trade and provided some offensive punch off the bench, but the Knicks may look to move him if they can find a player who better fits their needs. Building off Brunson-Hartenstein. Pick-and-roll chemistry. Finally, let's talk about the pick-and-roll chemistry between Jalen Brunson and Isaiah Hartenstein. This two-man game was a crucial component of the Knicks' offense this season, and the numbers back it up. According to Second Spectrum, the Knicks scored an impressive 1.25 points per possession when Brunson ran a pick-and-roll with Hartenstein, which ranked third among all pairings in the NBA that ran at least 500 pick-and-rolls during the regular season. Hartenstein's skill set perfectly complements Brunson's game, as the big man's ability to set solid screens, roll to the basket, and make plays as a passer gives the Knicks a variety of options out of the pick-and-roll. When defenses trapped or doubled Brunson, Hartenstein was often able to make the right read, whether it was finding a shooter on the perimeter or attacking the basket himself. This chemistry between Brunson and Hartenstein was a major reason why the latter remained the starting center over Mitchell Robinson, even after Robinson returned from injury. Robinson is an elite rim protector and lob threat, but his lack of playmaking ability and limited offensive game made it difficult for him to thrive in the pick-and-roll with Brunson. As Hartenstein enters free agency this summer, the Knicks will have a difficult decision to make. Due to a quirk in the collective bargaining agreement, the Knicks can only offer Hartenstein a starting salary of up to $16.1 million, with some of that money coming in the form of incentives. It's possible that another team could swoop in with a larger offer, forcing the Knicks to either match or let Hartenstein walk. If the Knicks do choose to re-sign Hartenstein, it won't be solely because of his defense, his floater, or his passing ability. The chemistry he's developed with Brunson in the pick-and-roll will likely play a significant role in their decision-making process. After all, when you have a two-man game that's producing at the level of Murray and Jokic or Halliburton and Turner, it's not something you want to break up without careful consideration. As the Knicks head into the offseason, they'll have to weigh all of these factors and more as they look to build a roster that can take the next step as a franchise. With Anunoby and Hartenstein set to hit free agency and the team holding the 24th and 25th picks in the NBA draft, there will be plenty of opportunities to make changes and improvements. However, the Knicks also have a lot to be excited about heading into the 2024-25 season. They have a young, talented core led by Brunson and Randle, a coach in Tom Thibodeau, who has proven he can build a strong defensive culture, and a front office that has shown a willingness to make bold moves to improve the team. If the Knicks can find a way to maintain the dominance of their starting lineup, improve their bench scoring, and keep the pick-and-roll chemistry between Brunson and Hartenstein intact, they could be poised for another deep playoff run and perhaps even a shot at the franchise's first NBA championship since 1973. Only time will tell how the offseason will play out. But one thing is for sure, the Knicks have a bright future ahead of them, and fans have every reason to be excited about what's to come. That's all for today's in-depth analysis of the Knicks' 2023-24 season and the key stats that could shape their off-season plans. If you enjoyed this content and want to see more breakdowns like this, be sure to like this video, leave a comment with your thoughts, and subscribe to the channel for more Knicks content throughout the off-season and beyond.